Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 9th of 2021, and ever since the very end of course, The Mandalorian Season 2, a lot of Star Wars fans around the world have just been very much curious and skeptical about the future of the franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and others out there, and that really does tell us a lot. It tells us that the fandom is just really much curious about what's going to happen between Jon and Dave. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Also, make sure to check me out at Mike01 on Twitter if you would like to. Now, moving ahead, we do know that Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy is still busy developing Star Wars The Acolyte TV series, while, of course, others like Jon and Dave are working on shows like Ahsoka, Mando Season 3 and 4, they're somewhat involved with the Kenobi series. I mean, they got a lot of things on their plate. So given that this fall, within that November to December timeframe, is going to be a very important time of this year, because that's when they're going to announce a host of Star Wars TV series and movies that's going to come into the mix, as well as over at Star Wars Celebration of 2022, which is going to actually take place next May. So look forward to that as well, to actually get some new TV show announcements. So, moving ahead, we do know that Rosario Dawson, alright, she's very busy when it comes to the Ahsoka Tano series. She is actually set to begin training very soon. A lot of things are happening as we speak for that show. Like I've said, this is going to be a big show that's going to involve the worlds between worlds, the netherworld of the Force, as well as the realm of Mortis. Basically, Jon and Dave, they want to really take advantage of exploring realms and different dimensions and things around those lines for this show. However, what's really interesting has all to do with what Rosario Dawson had to say about Lucasfilm's leadership. We're talking about Kathleen Kennedy of all people. So given that since the end of The Mandalorian Season 2 finale, fans have been more hopeful about the future of Star Wars ever since Luke's entrance, and where it's going by Jon and Dave. Currently, Dave is actively working on the Ahsoka series, to which new plot details of the show are set to be unveiled this fall for the Star Wars fandom. However, in a recent interview with Rosario Dawson about the Ahsoka series, Rosario went on to explain that in the beginning, when she was in the talks to portray Ahsoka Tano, that dates all the way back to 2019, is that Kathleen Kennedy did not believe that she was a great fit for Ahsoka Tano, and had little to no faith in my direction for the character. I have to thank Jon Favreau for truly convincing Kathleen Kennedy to push forward for myself to play the character in the series, and, of course, in The Mandalorian Season 2. Rosario also revealed that Kennedy thought it was way too excessive to have an Ahsoka series in the beginning, and that Kennedy believed that the fans would have actually hated the concept for a Star Wars TV series that actually took tons of convincing by Jon Favreau to Kathleen Kennedy, as well by Dave Filoni, to get Kennedy to make this happen on paper and eventually get this thing announced like it did. Now, Rosario goes on to explain that Kennedy often tried time and time again to prevent my character from appearing in Mando Season 2, as she believed it would take away the attention from some of the newer characters, like, of course, that she was trying to establish with Season 1, like Din Djarin and others out there, like Fennec as well. When questioned about what she is actually up to now, Rosario states that I am now just beginning to train for the Ahsoka series, and I promise you, the fans are going to be blown away. What both Jon and Dave are doing with this series is incredible, that will truly take Star Wars in a brand new direction. Alright, so it doesn't stop there, guys, because we do know that Rosario Dawson is going to pretty much talk more about the Ahsoka series this upcoming July, and that's also another thing to look forward to. This fall, though, we're going to be learning more about the plot of the TV show, exactly what it's really going to be all about. We know the baseline, and the baseline is this. It's yes going to involve Grand Admiral Thrawn, Ezra Bridger, Luke Skywalker, the worlds between worlds, and stuff around those lines, as well as Anakin's Force Ghost. A lot of that is being incorporated into this, but we still don't know exactly what the story is. Basically, why there is going to be an Ahsoka series. Now, we have heard this before in the past by Dave Filoni, that they want to connect it to what Ahsoka said when she actually made her appearance in Mando Season 2. Alright, so it's all about this path to discovering Grand Admiral Thrawn. Basically what Jon and Dave are trying to do, they're trying to make Thrawn the Thanos of Star Wars. That's the best way to describe it, making him the Thanos of Star Wars. I don't know about you guys, but that to me sounds very inspiring, very exciting to say the least. If you look at Thrawn, basically he is a Thanos-like figure. You know, this is a character that really is going to be pulling the strings behind the scenes, almost like the Emperor in a sense, but different. And I do embrace that. I like that Jon and Dave are trying to do this. So, will we go ahead and examine what Rosario had to say about Kathleen Kennedy, of how Kathleen Kennedy tried to prevent Rosario Dawson from appearing in The Mandalorian Season 2 and tried to stop the Ahsoka Tano series from happening, at least for her portrayal of the character. It just goes to show you that Kathleen Kennedy just does not want other creators calling the shots, making things happen for Star Wars, and so on and so forth. I, however, believe that Rosario was by far the best pick for Ahsoka Tano. I don't think anybody else could have done it besides maybe Ashley Ekinson. She could have done a good job as well, you know, because he would have had the exact voice down and stuff around those lines. But to this very day, if you look at Rosario Dawson, I mean, she is Ahsoka Tano. I'm sorry if some of you guys out there disagree with me, and that's fine and all, but I just feel that they nailed it. Jon Favreau nailed it by making her Ahsoka Tano. And that was actually a fan cast, believe it or not. This was something that the fans were calling for. Jon Favreau listened and picked it up. You may recall that back in 2017, when Rosario was on Good Morning America, she said that a lot of fans want her to become Ahsoka Tano. And Jon Favreau picked up on that and made it happen. The same exact thing is happening right now with Sebastian Stan. This was not originally done by, you know, conversations over at Disney. This was originally picked up by the fans, calling for Sebastian Stan to become the new Luke. And that's exactly why Sebastian has been in the talks in private with Jon and Dave, and how he's at the top of the list. Tobey Maguire is at number 2 for the new Luke Skywalker, and at number 3, there's an unknown actor we're currently unaware of that is actually keyed in for the role of the new young Luke Skywalker for Mandalorian seasons, and the currently dubbed Young Luke series as Star Wars Jedi Knight. So like I've said, guys, you know, let me know what you think about this entire path for Star Wars. What do you believe, you know, about Jon and Dave? Do you think that they're gonna nail it? And what do you think about Kathleen Kennedy, of what Rosario Dawson revealed? Let me know what you think about all of that below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.